So you have to learn how to run a business. There is a way to do it, and there's a way to completely mess it up. So I think that's the first thing. You've got to get the knowledge. I think you need to find a bunch of people that you really, really want to help. And the other thing is you've got to be thick-skinned about this. I mean, it is, people, I've heard the story, oh, he was an overnight success. Yeah, it took him 15, 20 years to become an overnight success, right? And it's taken me 10 years to be that overnight success. But I'll tell you, we work on our business every single day. I mean, we stopped work. I was working 7 days a week until about 3 months ago when my doctor said, listen, you're going to have to back it off because you're killing yourself. And my wife's like, either shut it down on the weekends or I don't know to tell you, I won't better live with you anymore. Right. So it's like trying to push a boulder up a hill. Yeah. You have to take massive action. You cannot be deterred by the failures that are going to come along because there's going to be some failures. There's cases we don't get that we wanted to get. There's staff that we hire that didn't work out. There's marketing we tried that didn't work out after we poured thousands of dollars into it. And you have to be willing. You have to be willing to try things and be willing to fail at them because otherwise you don't know what works, right? You got to allow the process to nudge you in the right direction. And that, takes a certain mentality and a certain, having a little bit of grit, right? And willing to fight through some things. And, I think as Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, keep going. Yeah. So you have to keep going. Otherwise, if you stop, you are guaranteed to fail.
Well, you just made a great point about the grit and keep going no matter what's happening. One thing what you just said just reminded me what I learned in my journey as an entrepreneur over 20 years is, challenges, obstacles, and problems are not a bad thing. I mean, I used to try to avoid them. I used to complain about them. I used to gossip about them. I used to deflect how I felt onto other people about them. I now embrace them, even though it's not comfortable. Sometimes you question yourself, what am I doing? But nonetheless, I keep doing it because without those challenges or obstacles, I'm not growing, I'm not learning and expanding. And success is going to be a byproduct of what I turn those challenges into opportunities and into results. Without them, I can't maintain or grow those results. They're a part of the process, and that's one thing I had to learn.
Yeah, I mean, look, success is not a straight line. Is this right? You have good days, bad days. As long as the trend is upwards, I always tell people recovery is like the stock market. I mean, you have good days, bad days, right? Business is like that too. There are some days I'm like, yeah, got it nailed. Then other days where a couple of days go by, a case doesn't come in. I'm like, okay, the world is ending. I can't take it anymore. And I look at my wife and she's like, oh God, stop it. Too dramatic, right? And you move forward and you get past it and the cases come in. And I mean, that's it. You got to keep pushing forward. And I tell my stepson, right, there's only 3 ways to get money. You earn it, you steal it, or someone gives it to you. Well, I don't have a trust fund. I don't want to go to jail. So I'm going to do it the old fashioned way.
Exactly.
Get up every single day, go to work and hustle and keep grinding. There's just no shortcuts.
Well, you just made a point. There's no shortcuts. Nobody's going to hand it to you on a silver platter. It's good old fashioned hard work. And then knowing, as you get into a rhythm of things, then how to streamline things, how to delegate and how to work on your business, not in it when you get to that point. But in the first few years or so, it's like you're the cook, the bottle washer, the waiter, the waitress, you're everything. You got to do what you got to do to keep things moving forward and get it to a place where you can systemize it and bring people in to help you.
Yeah, and that's what we're working on. We're now, the point where we're systematizing policies and procedures. So my wife, who is just incredible, she's just amazing. I don't know how I got so lucky, but I did. She really runs the financial end of the building, of the business. I run the sales and marketing. I'm really good at making the phone ring, and I work with the sales team. And I shoot training videos for the staff and all of this stuff. I mean, it's just a constant. You cannot just say, oh, okay, well, I built a business now. It doesn't work that way. It just simply doesn't. It's like going to the gym. You can't do it once and then say, oh, I'm good. No, you got to keep working at it. And that's business. And you can bring in people to help you, but you got to keep moving it or it just stagnates and dies.